Proverbs Wisdom for the Wise and the Foolish. Introduction. Introductory thoughts on Proverbs. The theme of the book of Proverbs is finding wisdom through the fear of the Lord. Proverbs 1, 2, and 3 verses. We see in Proverbs that God is concerned about every detail of man's life and has seen fit to show us the way of wisdom in the most minute matters. That the Creator would see fit to give a book of practical wisdom to sinful, careless men is an amazing thing and is an evidence of His grace. The book of Proverbs gives us application of that wisdom which created the heavens and the earth to the details of life in this world of confusion and evil. This thought brings out the immensity of grace unfolded here. God designs to apply His wisdom to the circumstances of our practical life and to show us with His own intelligence the consequences of all the ways in which man may walk. For it is often in the way of knowledge, not precept, that the statement made in the book of Proverbs are presented. Young people can learn wisdom. In fact, this is the best time to learn wisdom, and this is where Proverbs begin. Proverbs is first of all a book for youth, though it is also a book for saints of all ages. The book of Proverbs is intended not only for the Old Testament saints, but also New Testament saints as well. The writer of Hebrews quotes from Proverbs and applies it to us today. Proverbs 3:11 says, "My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of His correction." This is quoted in Hebrews 12th chapter 5th verse, where we are told that exhortation in Proverbs 3:11 speaks to New Testament believers. "And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of Him." Each believer should see himself as the son to whom Proverbs is addressed in God's love and grace. True godliness is very practical. It gets down where we live our everyday lives and involves every activity and relationship. Preaching that does not have this level of practicality is not good Bible preaching. The New Testament teaches the same thing. In Titus 2, Paul gave practical instructions to each class of believer: the aged men, the aged women, the young men, and the young women, and preceded this instruction with these words, "But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine." Titus 2:1. The things that become or fitting or to sound doctrine are good Christian living. The book of Proverbs contains more wisdom about human life and the operation of home, society, commerce, and government than all of this world's secular colleges and universities combined. There is more sound information on child training in the little book of Proverbs than all of the child psychology books that have ever been written. As David Thomas wrote in about 1884, the book of Proverbs is a far better guide for young men in business than Adam Smith or the Times newspaper. The breadth of Proverbs is amazing. It contains practical wisdom for every type and class of person. For the kind and the subject, the simple and the prudent, the male and the female, the young and the old, the rich and the poor, the master and the servant, the wise and the foolish, the married and the unmarried, the husband and the wife, the parent and the child, the angry and the calm, the patient and the impatient, the sluggard and the diligent, the friend and the enemy, the sad and the joyful, the one who works much and the one who talks little. The book of Proverbs is a mirror that shows us the condition of our hearts. I remember